but dreams with deadline. So we discussed that dreams with deadline, of course, is a goal. So once you say in the next 12 months, in the next 6 months, this is what you can dream and say, I want to be a millionaire, I want to have this, I want to that. But once you put a deadline on it, then it becomes a goal. So a goal is who you become, who you become. So who you want to become is a goal, and achievement is what you achieve based on who you become. So what you achieve based on who you become. So and we also said that there's a thin line between your goals and your target. That thin line is for strategic planning. Strategic planning. So you cannot remove strategic planning. That thin line is for actions. That thin line is for activities. There are so many activities that we have to do. And we also give an example that, for example, your goal could be to become a medical doctor, and an example of a target is to actually treat patients. And we also gave example again and said that your goal is to become an engineer, for example. That's who you want to become. And target is that you want to actually build houses and bridges. You want to actually build houses and bridges. So we also look at a goal is to become a CEO of a company or MD of a company organization. And because you want to actually build a company, you want to build factories, you want to build an industry, and that is, so you need to become that person that can actually do the job. The goal is to become a mentor so you can actually build an organization, a community, a business family. So a goal and the quality, who you want to become determines the kind of education you seek. So because your education you seek, education gives you identity. So if you want to become a medical doctor, it's already understood. You need to write jam, study law. Study medicine and surgery to make a medical doctor. You want to become an engineer, the kind of knowledge you seek determines on who you want to become, determine the quality of education you receive, a CEO, and of course, a mentor. So you need to define who you want to become, and define what you want to achieve. We said that this is be, do, have. You must become the person that can do the activities to have the things you want to have. That's what we discussed. So becoming is more important than the doing and the having. So you don't want money. You want to make 1 million now. That's a big target. Target is that what you want to have. You want to earn it. So what do you need to do? Either you sell product or services. Okay. Either you can source for it or you produce it. And then who you need to become to get that thing done. So you define it. So when you have defined that, it helps you to remain focused. Because focus on what in engineer form. What are you going to focus on? You focus on who you want to become, the things you need to do, and the things you want to have. Clearly write them down. So the more it's clear, the more your goals clear. When your goals is so clear, it gives you power to take control of your future. You stop reacting to life. You start designing your life intentionally, and you move with purpose, knowing exactly what you want and why you want it. So clarity brings precision. Clarity turns your dreams into a concrete goal. Clarity allows you to measure your progress, adjust your strategy when necessary. The more clear your vision is, the more easier it becomes for you to create a roadmap to achieve your goals. So most people never take the time to define what they really want. So they live their life based on society's influences to affect their careers. They build their life based on other people's opinion, and they follow a path that was never meant for them, and arrive at the destination that never fulfills them, and wonder why their life is not working. It can never work, my brother, my sister. So your goals must be clear: who you want to become, what you want to do on a daily basis, and nobody will plan it for you. So, and what you want to achieve as the result of who you become and the things you have done. So, you to separate you from the crowd and you stop living life on autopilot. You start living life that align with your purpose, and you stop doing the things that just that depends on other people's opinion. You start focusing on what really matters to you. So, when you are clear with your vision, it eliminates confusion. And if you don't know what you want, it can be easily influenced by distractions. So every new opportunity will look like the right one, and every new idea will feel like the answer, because you don't know where you are going. You'll be jumping from one thing to another and never have meaningful progress in your life. When your vision is clear, decisions become easy. You don't waste time chasing things that don't align with your purpose, and also you start focusing on what matters to you intentionally. So we discussed all this, and we also went ahead, because today we're actually rounding up this class, and we said that there are a few questions to ask yourself that will help you become focused. What excites you? What impact do you want to make? What kind of life do you want to wake up to every day? And we discuss to the point we start talking about distraction. So yesterday we started dealing about distraction. That distraction is silent killer of success, and distraction is a major reason why people are not accountable, because there's no consequence and reward. Most distraction doesn't come harmful, and most of the time they look harmless. And you think that it doesn't matter. Before you know, they creep into your daily activities, And to be successful, you must be focused to say no to the thing that doesn't serve your purpose. So how will you even say no when you don't even know what you want to do? So distraction comes with a cost. Refuse to pay the price. One of the biggest distraction is facing people's opinion. Some people are focused on what people will think about them, so they need to improve. Then they need to improve themselves. They hesitate to take action because they're afraid of judgment. They waste time explaining themselves, defending their decisions, and proving themselves to people that don't really care. One of the major distraction is consuming consuming your time on social media without endless with no value to your life, business, or investment. So you keep scrolling on Facebook, on Instagram, wasting 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, doing nothing. So one of the biggest distraction is toxic relationship, and one of the biggest distraction is procrastination, of course, which is more dangerous because he always disguises himself as productivity, but it's not. And the noisy environment. We stopped there yesterday by telling us that eliminating distraction is not going to be it's going to be dependent on your discipline to focus on your goals. So today, I will start by telling us that okay, I have two more things to do today, and then we go. So one of the things I want to do today is discipline, because before I go to discipline, I have a few things to actually share with us before I cover how you can be disciplined and also develop consistency on focusing on your goals. And one thing that will help you do consistency is to sit down and clearly define your life. So you can spend time imagining them, creating a mental picture of just what these things are created in 3 stages. One, the mental picture you have in your mind. Two, the words of your mouth. Three, the actions you take. Things are created in how many stages? 3. Tell me about what? 3. Number 1 is what? The picture in your mind. And number 2 is what? The words of your mouth. And number 3 is the actions you do what? You take. Consistency. So many things that will compete with your attention, but you need to decide what really deserve your energy. Anytime you eliminate distractions, you create space for growth. That's what mostly happen. When you say no to something meaningless, you have to say yes to something meaningful. And the more disciplined you are in taking action, will move you faster to achieving your goals. One of the most powerful moves you can take is to spend time with yourself in your silence to work on your goals. Eliminate unnecessary distractions. Keep your energy content and allow you to take action that speaks louder than words. So don't invite unnecessary drama and negativity into your space. And then this silence will also help you to focus on where you are going to. So the most powerful people in the world, of course, are successful not because of their words they say alone, because of the actions they take. Silence allows you to move to also move your strength into self-discipline. So number 1, it will help you to stop chasing recognition without mastery. It will help you to stop seeking approval without not seeking progress. It will help you to stop looking for validation, rather you should focus on what? Result. The mindset separates dreamers from doers. Success is not built on what you do occasionally, but what you do consistency. Write it down on your notes to start from there. Success is not built on what you do occasionally. Success is not what you do. Success is not built on what you do occasionally. Success is built on what you do consistently. Success is not built on what you do occasionally. Success is not built on what you do occasionally. Success is built on what you do consistently. So, talent, intelligence is good, but if you're not disciplined enough to show up every day, stand up and speak up, you might have all your talents and your giftings and have everything, but you never take action, because the world doesn't pay you for the knowledge and the skills you have. The world pays you for the knowledge and the skills you apply. So the difference between those who achieve their goals and those who just get motivated is consistency. So motivation comes and goes, but consistency is what keeps you moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. So I'm going to mention a few things today before we go to talk about discipline and more of consistency, so you can remain focused on your goals and never be distracted, so you can achieve your goals. Write down your note, very important. Winners in life are people. Winners in life are people who, number 1, refuse to quit. Winners in life are people, number 1, who refuse to quit. Winners are people, number 1, who refuse to quit. Number 2, who do the work. Who do the work, whether it's convenient or not, as far as they align with their goals and purpose in life. Winners in life are people who refuse to quit. Number 1. Number 2, who do the work consistently. Who do the work consistently, whether it's convenient or not, as far as it's aligned with their purpose and goals in life. So It doesn't matter whether you will like it. It doesn't matter why you feel like it. Is are you ready to be disciplined to focus on your goals? So you refuse to quit because you clearly define who you want to become, what you want to do, and what you want to have. And it's so clear in your mind. So winners in life are people who refuse to quit, number one, who work consistently, whether it's convenient or not, as far as it's aligned with their goals and purpose in life. So how will you now? I've been telling us that you cannot achieve a goal you never set. So, and the purpose of setting a goal is that so that when you achieve it, the target is that when you hit it, you know I've hit something. So because you can, if you want to make money, how much? Okay, 1 million naira. How long? 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 day. So okay, what are you going to do to make the money? So write it down. So when you hit the 1 million naira, you are telling you that I hit the target. It doesn't mean that you will quit or you sleep, but the fact is that it helps your life to be measurable. It helps you to also appreciate and recognize your progress. It helps you to adjust, of course, and improve when necessary. So if you are focused and you don't quit and you are doing the work consistently, whether it's convenient or not, as far as you align with your purpose and goals in life, you always succeed in this life. So write down, very important. Most people fail not because of lack of ability, but lack of patience to stay focused. Most people fail in life not because of lack of abilities. Most people fail in life not because of lack of abilities, but lack of patience to stay focused. Most people fail in life not because of lack of abilities, but lack of patience to stay focused. They're never consistent in something. Today they're in, tomorrow they're out. Tomorrow they're in, tomorrow they're out. Show me a business who stand the test of time that doesn't have a structure of routine, of a behavior of consistency. Banks have the time to open, they have the time to close. Fast food have time to open, first time to close. Even a Akara woman has time to open his Akara spot and have time to close. Even a bookie have the time to open his soya spot and have time to close. Nobody do anything anyhow and have a consistent result. If you do it anyhow, you have anyhow result. If you do it consistently, you have a consistent result. If you do it, see, it's about doing it every day. Doing it, that's why goals are very important. You can never achieve a goal you never set. If you don't have a goal, you are going nowhere in life. So if you don't set a goal for yourself, monthly goals, weekly goals, this month not end today, like today, watch and like this. So what is your plan? What is your strategic plan for next month? Who do you want to become next month? Next 30 days again. See, whether you plan or not, 30 days will still come and go. Yes or yes? Yes. 6 months, 1 year. Whether you plan or not, 10 years will still come and go. But you know what happened? You will, if you that fail to plan to fail. So if you don't have a plan, let me tell you the good news. The good news, I have a very big plan to fail. Please don't blame anybody if you don't have a plan for yourself, because you know how they plan. So why do you want people to plan for you? Why do you want the government to plan for you when you cannot sit down and do the little work? Because it's difficult, I know, because your mindset. See, the best thing to stop a behavior is to develop another behavior. The best thing to stop an habit is another habit. So you cannot want to stop something without not developing something higher. So they start you start with the people start with energy, with enthusiasm, but they slow down and get discouraged and quit entirely because they did not see instant result. Why not see instant result is something I want to talk about today, is discipline. So I'll mention discipline and consistency, and we leave the class. Discipline to remain focused on their goals. They are not disciplined enough to remain focused on their goals. Right now, discipline is the foundation of consistency. Discipline is a foundation of consistency. So you want to be consistent in something, you must accept the responsibility of being disciplined. Discipline is the foundation of consistency. I will always tell you that discipline is not punishment. And discipline is a capacity to use your mind, control your body, do what you say you will do, whether you feel like it or not. And discipline is the foundation of consistency. Nobody has ever remained consistent in doing something without not accepting the responsibility of being disciplined. Discipline is the foundation of consistency, full stop. Write down your note, very important. Feelings and emotions are unreliable. Feelings and emotions are unreliable because they change based on circumstances, mood, and environment, full stop. Feelings and emotions are unreliable. Feelings and emotions are unreliable because they change based on circumstances, mood, and environment. So you can't be living your life whenever you feel like you read book, whenever you feel like you do your business, whenever you feel like you wake up. No, it's not whatever you feel like. It's demanded that whether you feel like it or not, stand up on your 2 legs. So feelings and emotions are unreliable because they change based on circumstances, mood, and environment. Full stop. So I will put it this way again today for you to write on your notes. And there's nothing right you write to see. The weakest ink is stronger than the strongest memory. So you must participate in your transformational process. If you don't, you can only be transformed. You cannot be transformed, you'll be reformed. Transformation occurs when you participate. So writing is very important because your hand is involved, your eyes involved, your brain, every part of your body is involved. It's a sure way to transform a man's life. It's to spend more time with the light. When you spend more time with the light, knowledge, okay, your life will be transformed. It's like beholding the word of truth. You'll be transformed into that image. Long enough, you'll behold it long enough, your life will be transformed. So there's nothing about fighting darkness in the dark. If this place is dark and I keep fighting, speaking, I will fight endlessly till I die. All I need to do is to find a switch and on the light. Darkness will what? Disappear. They don't need to cast, they don't need to fight darkness. You don't win darkness by fighting, shouting. Darkness doesn't respond to shout. Darkness doesn't respond to the fighting, die, die, die. Darkness only responds to light. Turn on light. Right. At the entrance of the light, darkness disappears. He said, when the light shines, darkness cannot comprehend it. He cannot fathom, he cannot imagine it. So instead of fighting poverty, you don't need, find light, find knowledge, input it. Spend more time with the knowledge, spend more time with knowledge. Your life will be transformed. They don't need to say, I want to stop a bad behavior. It's something yourself, I don't like poverty. No, because there's something you don't know. There's a welfare program in your life, subconsciously, whether you are aware of it or not. By the things you observe when you are growing up. Especially when you grow up in a poor environment. You are already, because we are social creators, we learn faster by observation. Say no, observation. Rises on your very important. Discipline is doing what it needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. Discipline is doing what it needs to be done. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, regardless on how you feel. So it's not how you feel. I don't feel like writing, okay? You are not disciplined enough. Go and check men like Ronaldo, Messi, all those men you celebrate. Whether come rain, come sun, the time for Israel, they must enter the ball. No excuses. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, regardless on how you feel. Regardless on how you feel. So you don't need to feel like it to add value to make money. You don't need to feel like it to solve problems to make money. Because money is a result, it's a reward of solving a problem. Money is a reward for making impact. Money is a reward for being significant. You don't because I don't feel like making impact today, and I lie. You have to do it instantly. The reason why you are on earth is because you are a solution to someone, to a nation, to organization, to a country. So you cannot just wake up and say, God sent you here deliberately, intentionally to solve a problem. So you are not just here by your own, you are sent by divinity. And there's a mandate on your life to stand up and stand up for yourself. Tell your neighbor again, neighbor. A child that's afraid to fall will never walk. Tell your neighbor. He that has brain, sense is expected. Tell your neighbor again, neighbor. I'm a success. That one is begging for the charge card. Tell your neighbor, I'm a millionaire. That is who you are. So, but you cannot arrive at that destination by not taking any action. So write down your name, very important. Discipline to remain focused means showing up even when you are tired, uninspired, or uncertain. Discipline to remain focused means showing up even when you are tired, uninspired, and uncertain. Discipline to remain focused means showing up even when you are tired, uninspired, and uncertain. So you are tired, you are not inspired, you are not even certain, but you show up anyhow. Sometimes, most of the things you call luck, you just need to show. Man, just showing up in an event, just meeting that person and say, excuse me, that's what you just need. Excuse me, sir, I have an offer for you. I have an opportunity for you. We can build something together. We can learn together. You look sharp, you look good. Just show up, speak up. Show up, stand up and speak up. So discipline to remain focused means showing up even when you are tired, uninspired, and uncertain. Discipline means pushing through when things are hard and don't make excuses. So discipline helps you to do the work regardless of your excitement, whether you have it or not. So discipline is very good. Because one thing that will help you embed the life of discipline is because you clearly define your goals in life. You decide who you want to become. You are not going to second-guess yourself. You are not going to live on people's opinion. You come of age, you are up to 15 years, 16, 17, 18. Okay, the good news is that your parents have tried. Your parents have tried. They brought you to this world. They gave you the best feeding, accommodation, clothed you. They've done their best. Now you are up to 30 years and you are still living in your father's house, eating from your mother's pot. Chai, my brother, you are an error. Tell no error. That is called financial mistake. What else is called? Financial mistake. That when you are supposed to be giving, you are still taking. That's a very big mistake because it will disable your capacity to think. See, too much free food disable poor people's capacity to think. It disables their mindset; they cannot think again. That's why hunger is a gift of God to man. What did I say?
Hunger is a gift of God.
When hunger wire you, your brain will reset. They never wire you. You are still eating from your mama pot. Your mama pot. Your mama they cook food, dish you. You get mouth open and chop palm. What you're supposed to give to that woman at your age, 80 years. You are still complaining about your background. When you're up to 30 years, background is not your problem anymore because you are now the background. Tell your neighbor, when you're up to 30 years, you are the background. Stop complaining about your background. My background is not good. I have a collateral poverty. Poverty is our birthright. I grew up, my father was broke. All those things are given is called excuses. And excuses are the currency for failure. Poor people use excuse to buy failure. And they wonder why their life is not working. Your life cannot work if you keep giving excuses and explain yourself. So discipline is finding a reason. It's finding a reason and a way is finding a way instead of finding reason to delay. We should write that one so that we can remember. Discipline is finding a way. Is finding a way instead of finding reasons to delay or procrastinate. Discipline is finding a way when there is a will, there is a way. Discipline is finding a way instead of a reason to delay or to procrastinate. Find a way to take action instead of looking for reason to delay or procrastinate. Discipline is finding a way to take action, find a way to implement your ideas instead of looking for reasons to delay or procrastinate. I will tell you that procrastination kills more dreams than failure does. So repeating the way is going to lead to mastering. So nobody becomes great at anything overnight, but over time, either in business, in fitness, in personal growth, on any area of life. So the only way for you to actually remain focused on your goals is to apply. One of the things you need to do is apply discipline and consistency. So we're going to end the class here. Let's talk about consistency today. Consistency. Very, very important. Because one of the reasons why people quit is that today they show up, tomorrow they don't show up. See, if you plant a seed of corn, today you remove the seed and keep it. Tomorrow you put it back on the ground. Next tomorrow you remove it and keep on the table. But the seed will never grow. Agree with me now? Yes or yes? You are not talking. If you plant a mango seed today, tomorrow remove it and keep it. After 24 hours, you take it back and plant. And after about doing it and keep again. Do like that. Would that particular seed grow? You kill them. You kill them. That's how some of you behave. When you plant the corn, you want to go and remove it and check. While the corn is still there, keep and face. After one day, you can go put them back. Tomorrow, you plant cassava stick. Today, tomorrow, you come out and keep. After 24 hours, you go back and plant again. You come out and keep. You keep doing like that. That's how some people behave. You set up your plan. You set up your goals. You decided that every day, you must invest in yourself at least 5 minutes in a day, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. You're going to off your phone, off your social media, delete everything in your life, get your journal and journal your journey. Begin to write the things you want to be, who you want to become, define it every day, create a mental picture about it, because your eyes can only imagine what you have observed. That's why incident is very important. Your mind can never imagine what he has never exposed himself to. Because I keep saying we are social creatures. We observe, we learn faster by observation. So giving your life an incident, exposing your life to wealth, the things you want to achieve is very important. So you actually wrote those things down, expose your life to it, and write it clearly. Define the activities, define what you want to target, you want to hit, and then close your eyes, imagine it. Spend this thing 1 hour in a day. Do it consistently for 90 days. 90 days.
90 days.
Use the power of auto-suggestion, which is faith. It's called induced faith. Repeating to yourself what those things you want to be, a positive self-affirmation. Do it in present tense. I'm a champion. I'm a millionaire. I'm healthy. I'm strong. I'm more than conqueror. I'm the head and never the tail. Talk about yourself like that. This is there's nothing as powerful as speaking those words to yourself, because we have one healing power. It's called subconscious mind. We have one process called faith. Faith. And faith can be induced through repetition of positive self-affirmation. If you keep inducing yourself, of course, with the things you want, irrespective of circumstances, why can't you even borrow brain from Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the 3 Hebrew men? Borrow brain from Daniel, borrow brain from David. They never define themselves based on circumstances of the fire they said, Nebuchadnezzar said. They say no, that my God will deliver us. Did God deliver them?
Yes.
Daniel never defined himself based on the lion he saw. He believed that God will deliver him. Because everything about mindset. Then our mindset. Poverty in our mindset. Poverty starts in the mind. settles in the pocket. Wealth starts in the mind, settles in the pocket. Knowledge is the only asset that changes the mind and the pocket. But knowledge is the only legal asset, external asset that changes the person's mind and the pocket at the same time. That's what knowledge does. So you need to spend time with light. So consistency is very important. Write this on your note as we round up today's class. Mastering comes from repeated practice. Mastery comes from repeated practice. Mastery comes from repeated practice. Mastery comes from repeated practice. Mastery, gaining mastery. Mastery on something. Gaining mastery on something comes from repeated practice. A man says something, he said, I don't fear a man who does 1,000 kick. I fear a man who does one kick 1,000 times. He has mastered that particular kick. He does only one thing. Better than every other person. Mastery. So we want to remain consistent, of course, on your goals and focus. You need to spend time in silence, repeating your vision, look it at it again and again, have more clarity. In fact, the more real it is, the more you feel the result. The feelings you feel when you achieve the result is going to drag this. See, we are self-fulfilling prophecy. We attract to ourselves what predominantly occupy our mind. So you keep occupying your mind with the feeling of the result you will get as a result of who you become and the activities you do. You're going to attract it faster to your life because the universe, the way God created man, He created man as a supercomputer. That man can actually create his result, his environment. See, we live in a world of cause and effect. The result of your life, financially, emotionally, spiritually, is as a result of who you are on the inside. Life success is about subjectives, who you are on the inside. So you change the picture of who you are on the inside, and you can change the picture of who you are on the outside. Because thoughts are things, thoughts have presence. So thought actually is what gravitates things towards you. You want to marry a good person, you must become the good person. You want to be a good, you want to have a good staff, you must become a good boss. You see, a good boss doesn't mean that you have attached feeling. It's about doing right or wrong. You must setting out your DMOs, KPIs, your controls, your expectations, and stick to it. Being disciplined. So consistency comes from doing something repeatedly, because mastery comes from repeated practice. Full stop. If you are with me, shall I? The more you do something, the better you become. You get at it. The more you do something, the better you get at it. The better you become at it. The better you do that thing. The more you do something, the better you become at it. You get at it. So it's not something doing something anyhow. Today you show up, tomorrow you don't show up. If I don't read consistently, I will not become a better person today financially. If I don't practice the habit of paying myself first, I will not be able to save money to buy assets. Because it's not the money you save that will save you. It's the money you invest that will save you. If you save money, put money to rest. If you invest money, put money to work. So that's why you must do it consistently. And it's about being consistent. So some people don't stay consistent long enough to reach their mastery. They start something and immediately result doesn't come. They jump into something else. And in 1 year, they have done 10 businesses, never succeeded in one. They have done 5 businesses, never succeeded in one. They have done 3 businesses, never succeeded in one. Today, they are learning keyboard. Tomorrow, guitar. Next week, drum set. Next one, real estate. Next one, cryptocurrency. Next one, forex. Next one, they are selling okreka. Next one, they say, now, crayfish now, they rain. For Oron, if you go to Oron on Sunday, you buy crayfish. You see them on crayfish. After 2 weeks, they say, now, Borogo, now in the rain right now. Next month, you say, what are you doing now? You know, they are very funny people. I know one thing about it. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. What those kind of people? Today, they're in Catholic. Next week, Methodist. Next week, Anglican. Next week, Christ Embassy. Next 2 weeks, they see themselves in a Winners Chapel. Next week, Redeem. And in 1 year, they have gone to 5 churches. Okay, which one are you going to? I don't even know. Watch them again. You see them this week, they're in one relationship. Next 2 weeks, they are complaining about that one. Another relationship. Another time again, another relationship. Before you know, in 1 year, one person don't get five body counts, 20 body counts. Now, when they've already got married, the husband don't have anything to count on again, because they've shared all the body counts outside and finished everything. You know, if I read newspaper at night, there's a wrong way to read newspaper now. Everybody has read the news now. Yes or yes?
Yes.
You go read them for night, it's already useless. They're not useless. Consistency will make impossibility possible. Write it on your note. Consistency will make impossibility possible. Consistency will make impossibility possible. Consistency will make impossibility possible. What people say is not possible, if you consistently do it, show up like Thomas Edison, like keep trying the electric bulb over 1,000 times, he got it some point somewhere. If a man says, if you go outside and give a big tree, just 2 strokes with a knife, boom, boom, I've got 2 every day, consistently, one day that tree will fall. Yes or yes?
Yes.
And the fact is that Why I'm saying that you should actually define who you want to become, what you want to do, what you want to achieve in life, and put your consistency on those things, is because when the axe is blunt, you spend a lot of effort. When I think it's in Ecclesiastes 10 verse 10. Am I correct?
Yes.
Ecclesiastes 10 verse 10. It says when the axe is blunt, you spend a lot of effort. That means you are not seeking knowledge. But when the axe is sharp, when you spend time to sharpen the axe, that means you're sharpening the axe, means you're acquiring knowledge. It's going to cost you some effort, some energy. But a little stroke of this thing, the result will show. People are just working aimlessly, trying different things, trial by error, because they're using themselves as guinea pig. Wasted 5 years, 20 years, and not achieving at the destination. No consistency, no seeking of knowledge, no, of course, no mentor. So consistency separates the amateurs from the professionals. Consistency separates those wishful thinkers from achievers. I think you need to write it on your notes. Consistency separates the amateurs from the professional. Consistency separates the amateurs from the professional. Consistency separates amateurs from professional. Full stop. Consistency separates wishful thinkers from the achievers. Wishful thinkers. I think I'm a success. I'm just thinking I wish. I hope I'm a succeed one day. No, hope is not a strategy. Get your pen, write it down. So consistency separates amateurs from the professional, and also separates wishful thinkers from the achievers. Want to achieve goals? I can tell you, you must be consistent. It's not about just showing up today and tomorrow you give me an excuse why I'm not showing up. If you keep finding excuses, you will see excuses. Because see, the minute you begin to think of I'm tired, that means you are not ready to be consistent in doing something successfully. So the highest of success requires systems, habits, instead of emotions and feelings. So create a routine that makes success automatic in your life. Write it on your note again. Create a routine. Why I use the word create is that it's your responsibility to do it. Create a routine that makes success automatic in your life. Create a routine that makes success automatic in your life. I would like to get one or two feedback. I think one feedback. I would have loved to leave it before doing for interactions. But I don't know if you know how to create a routine to achieve something in life, whatever, maybe money, maybe building people, maybe making impact. I would like someone to come and give me some opinion. You come and teach with me today. Who knows how to create a simple routine to just make 20,000 naira? So what are the things you can do to make 20,000 naira? Who can help me out today? I need some volunteer to join me on stage, either here or here. Come and tell us a simple routine. How to achieve love, peace, money, goals. Just tell me something. Just think of something you have achieved and you created a routine to achieve that. Come and run us through the routine. A simple routine. This is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I did. This is what I got. And a simple, clear routine that someone else can simply copy. For achieving anything, when you're brushing your mouth, taking your bait, something, just clearly tell me something you have been consistent about. But a routine. Who can help me out this morning? You have something okay, come and tell us. Come and get the mic. No problem. Come. Who else want to talk to me? Okay, come now. Come. Two of you will come and talk. No worry. Mona stand for you. Tell us simple routine. So let's not be I'm the only one talking. Please, Mr. George, I will catch out their face for us. Tell us simple routine. Talk to look at the camera. Okay. Because I see the relationship as a very vital partnership in our lives. And when you create a relationship, it opens door for you. Okay. That when men are struggling in order for them to achieve something in that particular field, you see yourself excelling in that field. So I see myself that relationship has really helped me a lot in life. Thank you. So how do I create a relationship? Okay, you create a relationship by making sure that your environment is so conducive. How do I make my environment conducive? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You did a very good job here. But I won't come in because we want the online community to hear you. So I don't know how we're going to do this. Mr. George, maybe we'll get another speaker or something. Hold on like this. I don't know I can hold it like that so that at least.
Okay. Good morning, partners.
Good morning. We needed
good morning, the online community.
Good morning.
All
Thank
right,
you.
My mentor was talking about my president, talking about how you could make, a good, please, can I
a good routine to achieve anything.
Okay, the number one thing that I know it really works, I'm going to talk about my business
right
now, in this business. So for all of you that are opportunity to be seated here the first time, just have to pin this one down. Okay, what I do in this business, I'm talking about this business, to make me stay consistently in cash flow, is that I follow up.
Okay.
There is something we call, they say there is fortune in follow up. So once you step into my place, I will create a business and a very peaceful ambience for you to stay with me. Then I follow you up in all that God has blessed me with.
Okay, how many follow up do you do in a day?
So I do follow up. I have my list by my side
How
and
many
in
do
a
you do in a
journal.
day? How many do you do in a day? How many
minimum
minimum?
of 50. So
You
you
follow up every
pay
day.
1,000 naira, I cannot leave you there.
Are you serious?
I will call you up, invite you up for millionaire school.
Are you
Because by
serious?
the time you come in here and hear one or two, you will be the one to tell me, I still have another 1,000 to add.
Come now. So you do 50 follow up every day?
Yes, sir.
Are you serious?
It's there in my paper.
Are you kidding me? I will start checking your KPI. Thank you so much. I wish I have the luxury of time. Sorry, I wish I have the luxury of time. You need to learn this. So she says that she has created a routine of making 50 calls in a day, 50 follow-up, 10 or 50. Let me tell you the truth. Nobody wakes up every day and call 50 of his customers in a day that the person will not eventually have success. Because see, the benchmark is not that she cannot do more than 50, but she cannot do below 50. So if you make up and have this routine that every day I wake up, I must make 50 calls. Follow up, because the fortune is in follow up. Do you think she will eventually succeed someday? Yes. Imagine everybody in our community. She teaches them this discipline that every day you must make 50 follow-ups. And because it doesn't matter what works, what matters is what duplicates. They not duplicate. If she finally transfer this ethics, this discipline, this mindset of making 50 calls in a day to his community, let me tell you what happened. Six months too far, 1 year too far, she will become unstoppable. They're not unstoppable. Imagine, like the way you wake up in the morning, you have a routine of brushing your mouth, you have a routine of waking up, you pray, brush your mouth, or whatever routine you set for yourself. And your children follow the same routine. You know what happened? It becomes a family culture. That is what happened. My father always wake up in the morning, and sometimes because we worship with Apostolic Church in the village, then so he used to take us to morning prayer. They call it Akamova or morning mass for the Catholic people. So, and if we don't go to the church, we must stay in the parlor, the sitting room, and we have to use Scripture Union booklet. What they call that booklet again? The one devotional manual. No, not daily guide. Is it daily guide? Yeah, daily guide also. Daily guide, yeah. So my father has a daily guide. So you open it and read it. So it's still a culture in us that we can't stop practicing it, because teach a child the way he grows. When he grows, he will not depart from it. Yes or yes? One of the things that helped me to actually become consistent in my spiritual life is because my father helped us every holidays that the Scripture Union. Seriously, I never liked Scripture Union camp at all, at all. I have never enjoyed Scripture Union camp. But you know what happened? Whether I like it or not, I must be in that camp. My father will never allow me to stay at home. Me, I like to play too much, and my father don't like camp. Go and read your books every time. But you see, now he has formed me to the person that even when I want to do certain things, I cannot do them, because the energy that was instilled in me has helped me so strong that it becomes part of my life. So what am I trying to say? To remain consistent in life, to focus on your goals, you must remain consistent to form a routine that produce a desired result for you. Write this down. Let me check my minutes. How many I have? Oh, 9 minutes, 2 minutes past 9. Okay, don't worry. We have a few more sentences to write. Write on your note, very important. Consistency is based on how you feel. Consistency is not based on how you feel. Rather, commitment of process. Consistency is not based on how you feel. Rather, commitment to a process. Rather, commitment to a process. Consistency is not based. It's not based on how you feel. Consistency is not based on how you feel. Rather, commitment to a process, or commitment of a process. So you have set up a process of activities you want to take every day. Okay, someone walk up to me the other day, say, I came here for the past three months now. I noticed that every morning you're always teaching, Monday to Friday, and you're not tired. I said, okay, we never even start. I never reached 40 years. I never reached 40. So, and we never even start the business yet. He said, where did you get content? I said, because of this habit of being consistent, make me to seek for knowledge about business, investment, money, leadership, strategy, plans, goals. This is what I read. Because who I want to become determines the kind of education I seek. Because I want to become a CEO and of an organization I mentor, I want to become this. So it determines the kind of quality of education I seek that gives me the identity of who I want to become. And because I must be disciplined, I must be consistent. So consistency is not about how you feel. I will tell you the truth. Last night I didn't feel like reading at all. I was so tired. I needed to sleep. But you know what happened? Even my subconscious mind could not allow me sleep because I form a routine of a particular time. So that particular time of the day, my brain is allowed to acquire knowledge. But I've done it for over 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So it becomes part of my life. So even I was sleeping, when that time reach, I'll wake up. And if I cannot even do anything that will fulfill me except I read. Mr. George, please help me with this one. It is George. So nothing will actually give me that inner fulfillment except I read. How did I get to that point? Does it mean that I always like to read books? The answer is no. But because at some point in my life, I told myself, you cannot just appear and open your mouth, because when you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. So small daily actions leads to massive result over time. Small daily action. Write it down your note. Small daily consistent action. Let's put it like that. Small daily consistent actions leads to massive result over time. Small daily consistent action. Small daily consistent actions. Small daily consistent action leads to massive result over time. You're looking for massive result to just appear, my brother, I know but just appear. Small daily consistent actions leads to massive result over time. Bracket to put, reward and consequences must be applied, because without those two things, my brother, remaining consistent is difficult. Reward and consequences must be applied. You must apply it to. Small daily consistent action leads to massive result over time. Bracket open, reward and consequences must be applied. To become a successful entrepreneur, to make the kind of money you want to make, to retain the kind of result you want to retain, and multiply it, you must be consistent in something. Find something and be consistent in that thing until you achieve the excellent result you desire. Consistently build trust over time and not overnight. Consistency build trust within you and within other people. Every time you are consistent to follow through a process of commitment, you strengthen your belief and your ability to succeed. Write this last statement as we round up today's class. Lack of consistency may lead to lack of self-confidence. Lack of consistency may lead to lack of self-confidence. Lack of consistency may lead to lack of self-confidence, distraction and procrastination. Lack of consistency may lead to lack of self-confidence, distractions and procrastinations. So why people are not remaining focused, one of the major challenges, they never find something and they decide to be consistent in that thing. So lack of consistency may lead to lack of confidence, distractions and procrastinations. Why people easily procrastinate? Because they never decided to be consistent. I said there's a difference between choice and decision. Decision means you cut out every other options. Choice means you have other options, A or B, plan A or B. You still have a choice. But deciding means there is no A, there is no B, it's just one. Even if it's A, there's no B, there's no C. So one. The day you decide on something, and to remain consistent, to make sure you consistently improve yourself, to become the ultimate version of yourself, the best version of yourself, to make sure that thing works, so that you can never fail in that thing. Whether it's marriage, it's business, it's investment. Why people fail in marriage is because they never decided. If you decide to remain consistently improving yourself, you will. Even if it's not about your opponent, it's not about your partner. Even your partner is abusive. Let me tell you the truth. If you are consistent to become the better person, with time that person will change. See, human beings actually respond to things around the environment. I tell you the things. So if somebody is keeping good at you and keep talking the way he's supposed to talk to you as human being regarding your abilities and your status and respecting your person, you will change. See, change is constant. Change is the only constant thing in life. Tell your neighbor, change is the only constant thing in life.
Change is the only constant in life.
So you can actually change to become a better person tomorrow. So the result of becoming, having the change you want, or the result you want, is that you make up your mind to be disciplined and consistent, to focus on your goals, on the things you say who you want to become, the things you want to do, and the things you want to achieve or have, because that will actually help you to remain focused in life. But you keep dwelling on excuses. These are what failures do. If you remain on focus, this is what successful people do. So you cannot achieve at a particular point. I will not be here today talking to you if tomorrow I'm doing akara business, tomorrow I'm doing plumbing work, next week I'm doing electrical work, next I'm doing carpentry work. You ask me one day, say, mentor, come first. Mentor, where are we actually going? Because today I'm telling you, let's go and get a job at Hilton Villa. Tomorrow let's go to Ipitam, let's go and find. So you finally realize that a lot of people never achieve their full potential because they never decided to be focused on something. So thank you so much for coming today. That's the best we can take. I want to talk to the online community because I like to give this. Don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shore of mentors will see far. See you at the top. See you tomorrow. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. For the rest of us, I want to be